Welcome to Dr. Fred Markets. This is not financial advice. While most people ignore what's happening in the markets, a few choose to pay attention. And that difference, that simple choice to stay informed, changes everything. You're one of them. Let's get into it.
War headlines are distracting you from the most boring bull market alive. Signal 1, while everyone doom scrolls missiles and elections, the S&P quietly prints another all-time high, and yet 80% of the index's return this year comes from just 10 mega-cap names. That's not diversification, that's a hostage situation. Your broad market is a tech cult with an index costume. Signal 2, under that mega-cap rug, small caps trade like they're in a recession that never arrived. The Russell 2000 still sits way below its prior peaks, even while real profits there start turning up and credit stress stays contained. Translation: Main Street stocks are priced like the world is ending, while the macro tape says mild hangover. Signal 3, hedge funds finally smell the blood. Positioning data shows funds the most net short small caps versus large caps in years, and options volume clusters around downside protection on the big names, not the beaten-up trash. When professionals short the cheap thing and hedge the expensive thing, you get one setup: a future face-ripping rotation. Here's the cliffhanger. Your safe index fund becomes the dangerous bet, and the allegedly risky small caps become the rational trade. That flips every retirement brochure you've ever read. Here's the connection nobody wants to admit. Passive investing won the last decade by front-running one idea: buy the winners and forget the rest. That same machine now shoves more and more money into the same 10 names purely because they've already gone up. It's not insight. It's autopilot momentum dressed up as wisdom. At the same time, every scary headline war Trump poll shocks, diarrhea lettuce pushes humans into the psychological fetal position. Just own the S&P, don't think. But the S&P you own today is not the thing your parents bought. Back then, leadership rotated. Today, it's concentrated. You're not diversified across the economy. You're leveraged to a handful of narrative stocks that everyone on Earth already owns. Meanwhile, small caps sit there priced like they're worthless while doing something quietly important: surviving. Bankruptcy waves never showed up in size. Refinancing got painful, not fatal. Revenues slowed, then stabilized. The economy refused to die on schedule. So you have a group of companies where expectations already crashed, but reality did not. That gap is where money gets made. And that giant hedge fund short against small caps? That's dry tinder. When small caps start beating earnings low bars, or when one macro narrative flips Fed cutting faster than priced, inflation slowing without recession, that short turns into forced buying. Shorts don't just tap out, they chase.
Does what you just heard make you want to dig deeper? Good, because that curiosity is exactly what brought you here, and the second part is going to take it further. Let's go.
The trade then feeds on itself, dragging passive money in behind it as small caps finally start showing up on those stupid top gainers lists your broker app loves. This is the mechanism. Step 1, concentration risk. Your index funnels cash into what already worked, inflating fragility. Step 2, sentiment gap. Human fear and lazy risk models abandon smaller names right when fundamentals stabilize. Step 3, positioning powder keg. Hedge funds load up short the cheap thing and long the expensive thing, giving you a spring that snaps the moment the story changes. So here's the brutal conclusion. The safe S&P index is now the crowded, fragile trade, and the trashy, ignored small caps are the adult decision if you actually understand risk. Safety got expensive, unloved got cheap. What do you do with this mess without pretending this is financial advice? First, measure your addiction. Look at your portfolio today and calculate one number. What percentage sits in cap-weighted large cap or S&P style funds? If that number is 80 to 100%, you're not diversified. You're just praying the same 10 stocks never stumble. Second, learn one concrete metric for small cap quality: interest coverage. That's operating income divided by interest expense. You want small caps that earn at least 3 to 4 times their interest bill. That single filter kills the true zombies and leaves you with survivors mispriced as corpses. You just learned how to separate cheap for a reason from cheap and wrong. Third, shift, don't gamble. Instead of punting options or chasing meme junk, Rebalance a controlled slice, say 10 to 20% of your equity exposure, from mega-cap index concentration into a broad, liquid small-cap fund, or a basket of those higher coverage small names. You're not betting on a miracle. You're betting that gravity still works and that cycles still rotate. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is the uncomfortable truth. Your beloved index fund turned into a momentum trade in a suit. If you want actual risk management, you stop worshiping the biggest names and start respecting the stuff nobody brags about at brunch. Summary. 1. Your safe S&P exposure is secretly a mega-cap cluster bomb. 2. Small caps with real interest coverage trade like they're dead while they're very much alive. 3. Rotating a slice of your portfolio into that ignored pile is not heroism, it's cleaning up other people's lazy risk. You can stay in love with the winners and hope the music never stops. Or you step out of the cult, learn one metric, and front-run the rotation before the herd figures out what you just heard. This is not financial advice. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and check the links in the first comment below.
That's it for today on Dr. Fred Markets. I hope this gave you clarity and a new perspective. Remember, this is not financial advice. Always do your own research. If you found this useful, subscribe. It's free and it helps the channel grow. Find me on the blog at drfredmarkets.com and join the newsletter via the link in bio. I'm Dr. Fred Markets. See you in the next one.